some things will happen to you and overnight you just become a chief advisor? Because I don't really understand Amaka this evening. I don't get it.
Little.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin Betha. I'm so glad to have you guys here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly click on subscribe button before you leave. Also give this video a very big thumbs up right now or at the end if you enjoyed watching it. Okay guys, the housemates just completed their Munchie task and they were actually shared into teams. So we had Team Crunch, we had Team Tasty, we had Team Non-Stop, we had Team Wow, we had Team Irresistible, and then we had Team Munch. Okay, so for this particular game here, I love the fact that it wasn't per house. It wasn't level 1 against level 2 and all of that stuff. Like for this particular game, they were mixed up. Okay, so okay, there was a mixture and I loved it. Okay, so for Team Crunch, we had Deji, we had Modella, we had Kes, and we had Rachel. For Team Tasty, we had Farm Savvy, we had Bbnaija, we had Bella, and we had Groovy. For Team Non-Stop, we had Chichi, we had Chomzy, we had Hermes, and we had Swag. For Team Wow, we had Giddy Fire, we had Diana, Adekunle, Brian, Amaka. For Team Irresistible, we had Cheesy, we had Allison, Khalid, and Doyin. While for Team Munchie, we had Dotun, Daniela, Phyna, and Shegs. Okay, now of course you know that we have 25 housemates in total. That's actually why Team Wow had 5 housemates in it. Okay, and I'm not sure if they had played the first game or second game before I got in, but the part I started watching from was when they had to blindfold themselves and pick out balls from the pool of colored balls. Yeah, so I don't really know if they had played any games before that time. Now of course when they finished playing that particular round, they also moved on to playing the charade game and it was really fun. I mean, Cheesy cracked me up when they said wedding party. I don't understand what Cheesy was doing. I don't know if he was demonstrating wedding party as Get Out. Like, I'm just like, Cheesy, what is this? What are you doing? Now for Team Crunchy, they did not get any of their charade games. For Team Tasty, they got 1 of the charade games. For Team Non-Stop, they got 1. For Team Wow, they got 3. For Team Munchie, they got 2. And for Team Irresistible, they also got 2. Now, as soon as Biggie collected the points, he then told us that we'd have just 3 teams that will move on to the next level. They were Team Non-Stop Fun, they had 42 points. Team Irresistible, they had 35 points. And Team Munchie, they had 31 points. And so for this next round, Biggie gave them 10 minutes for the round. They were literally supposed to pluck out Munchie from a fake Munchie tree. They just hung Munchie on one type of iron and all of that. So they were supposed to pluck it with their teeth and then pass it over to another of their members who would then scatter it. And at the end of the day, they were supposed to just get creative and just create the word Munchie, or if you want to put Munchie snacks, Munchie whatever, but just make sure that you have Munchie there. Be creative with the colors and all of that. So there were different varieties of the Munchies, right? Now, as soon as they were done with that particular round, Biggie then announced that the first would get 30 points, the second would get 25 points, and the third team will get 20 points. So for the third position, we had Team Non-Stop Fun. For the second position, we had Team Munchie, and they had 25 points. And for Team Irresistible, they had 30 points. Now, when all of their points were collated, Team Irresistible had 65 points, Team Non-Stop Fun had 62 points, while Team Munchie had 56 points. Okay, now for the grand finale, we had just 2 teams go against one another. That's Team Irresistible and Team Non-Stop Fun. Okay, so this time around, the game was tagged Munchie Balance It. So for this particular game, they had a very slimy slide. Biggie had poured oil on the surface such that when you climb it or you attempt climbing, it's really slippery. So you have to pick balls on your way up and then throw it into a basket that was up there and then slide back down, and repeat the whole process. Now, once they were done with this, Biggie counted the balls. For Team Irresistible, they had 25 balls, while for Team Non-Stop Fun, they had way over 40 something balls. At some point, Biggie was like, Hermes, just stop with the show. Of course, he just kept on counting 21, 29, 35. He just kept counting. He's like, enough of the show off, So ultimately, Team Non-Stop Fun were actually the winners of the Munchie task, and Biggie announced that their prizes will be announced to them much later. So as soon as they went into their houses, Biggie told them to get ready for their party, and he sent them their wares and all of that. Today they'll be wearing Ankara for the party and all of that. But there was something that happened. There was a very short Amebo that happened way before I started filming this video, and it was was between Bbnaija and Phyna. So Bbnaija was telling Phyna what happened during the games. You know, she was saying how that, you know, she was just talking to Elo Swag, or Elo Swag was the one that even said hi or said something to her, and she was just responding. And it almost felt like Chomzy came to mark her territory. You know, she wasn't saying hi to her before, and then as soon as she saw her talking to Elo Swag, she started saying hi to her, blah blah blah. This night I will show her because I will dance with the guy, blah blah blah. And Phyna is like, yes, so show her and dance with her, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. Next thing, you know, Bbnaija wants to tell Amaka. You guys know that there's been a, I don't know what to call it. I don't want to say a rift. Okay, let's hope that's not a rift. But then whatever it is, you know, Phyna and Amaka, they've just been on eggshells around one another. And I mean, we all know why already. Groovy, even after the game, while they were walking back into their houses, Groovy's hand was around Phyna's neck. I'm like, now wow, this kind of love, you get as it be. You know, so when Bbnaija was telling Amaka what happened, Amaka was like, see, let me tell you something. Let me just tell you something. You need to understand that this is not the first time you've had this, your Chomzy's back. Of course, Chomzy was Bbnaija's roommate. So Amaka is like, you've always had her back, and you know, she has always had your back. And Bbnaija is like, no, I don't know if she has always had my back, but I know for sure that I've always had her back. Amaka is like, okay, fine, just try to talk things over with her, you know, during the party and all of that. She's like, no, I'm not talking about anything with her. Amaka is like, see, calm down, Bbnaija, let me tell you, let me just give you this advice. I'm like, which day Amaka turned to advise her? I don't understand. Like, certain things will happen to you, the inner therapist in you will come out. Because Amaka told therapist one time, he says, see, let me tell you, it does not make sense for two girls to be fighting over one guy. I'm like, I see what's happening here. So you are trying not to fight with Phyna over Groovy, but then like you guys are not particularly talking. Like, help me make sense of it. Like, I mean, I don't know guys, but she was advising Bbnaija, don't beef her, try and talk things over, blah blah blah, before Biggie sent in their clothes. And we didn't particularly hear the end of that conversation, but it's just really somehow like Amaka, Al Jazeera is the one saying don't drag. Like, okay, anything is possible in Biggie's house. Okay, anything is freaking possible. This same Amaka, that as soon as they got into the arena, she was already gisting her roommate Diana about what's happening in the house. How, like, I'm just like, why are you even telling Diana that is cho, Diana that her mouth doesn't stay one place, Diana that when she sits down in a place, she probably is not talking, but her antennas are long. Once she finishes hearing what you people are saying, she'll transmit it. Like, why are you telling Diana? I mean, I know that Amaka doesn't know all of this. I know that Amaka doesn't know that Diana is, her mouth is loose. Okay, I know she doesn't know that, but like, why do you even feel the need to now start telling her what's happening in your own house? Like, I don't really know, guys. I don't know. Just let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think Amaka is behaving weirdly? Like, do you think she's taking this thing too far? I mean, you did not make any move on this Groovy guy. Okay, let's be honest. And even Groovy has said it, that he doesn't really feel that type of way towards Amaka. And you know what's funny to me? This whole Groovy they are dragging. Groovy is not even interested in Phyna. Neither is he interested in Amaka. Groovy, I did Chomzy body. Because Groovy was literally having a conversation with Daniela when they got into the house. And, you know, he was like, if not that he's in this house, you know, what would he be doing with her? Now, this her in question, we don't know if it's Beauty or if it is Phyna. But, I mean, it could have been any of the two ladies. His point is, his interest is Chomzy. And, of course, Daniela was like, then you should just let her know that nothing can happen between you and her. You know, it was like, nothing can happen between him and her, not inside the house, not outside the house. So, I'm just wondering, like, what is happening? Like, it's almost seeming like Groovy is also playing a game, and these ladies are out there fighting themselves or beefing themselves. I'm talking about Phyna and Amaka. Like, I really don't know, guys. It's just crazy. Then I now saw what's her name, Allison and Hermes having a conversation. I don't know what Hermes was advising her or was telling her, but what I saw is that after the conversation, he held her hand and he pecked it. I said, are they citizens? Are they sitting? So of course, my eyes, my antenna, my brain, everything will be open tonight for the party. Now, of course, for the party, just like last week, I think I'm going to go live immediately after the party. I mean, that's about the only way I can pass across whatever it is that happens to you guys, where we just have a chit chat just for a little bit before I go to bed and get ready for church tomorrow, because nobody has time to be filming video and trying to edit it and, you know, trying to post it. Then I'll now go to church and be doing this, and they'll now come and tapping me, Sister Betha. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, so I know that last week Saturday you guys were awake. Matter of fact, I had like the largest audience ever, you know, throughout all my live sessions. You know, that last week Saturday was the highest. Okay, so I feel you guys are always awake, so we might as well have that chit chat, tell ourselves what happened, laugh, and just have some fun before we eventually go to bed. Okay, so as soon as the party goes off, I'm coming live. Get ready, you guys. We had so much fun last week Saturday, and I've been looking forward to this particular Saturday party, you know, just so that we can have this moment, and it's here already. Okay, so yes, I'll talk to you guys much later tonight. Yes, tonight. So please don't sleep. Okay, join me more with my all back. Just join us. Okay, thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.